Well, I would say it is incorrect to say that only the PKFZ and CSL issue have sapped up my energies or time. But then, in reality, I would say that I did manage to allocate quite a large proportion of my time on party work, visiting the grassroots, even before the petition for EGM. And at the same time, don't forget, when we talk about the party transformation, we talk about the party initiatives after the March the 8th electoral setback, I mean business. I've been meeting my team of MCA ministers and deputy ministers on a weekly basis at the MCA pre-cabinet meetings, in addition to the regular Presidential Council and Central Committee meetings. And on top of that, even some of the ongoing party initiatives, such as the Hope Program and the Train Program, that I'm going to have another launch afterwards. By and large, these are the programs that have been producing some positive results at the initial stage of implementation. And I need to put in a lot more effort on that. And in politics, I think other than the routine work, what is even more important is to put in some fresh thoughts and have some brainstorming sessions with people from all walks of life, including the NGOs, members of public, or even certain professional groups. And so far, I think those who have been following very closely my itinerary would be able to tell you more about the kind of town hall meetings that I had in several occasions with the people. I think this by itself is sufficient enough. It's sufficient to tell you the truth that PKFZ and CSL are not the only issues on my agenda. But having said that, as far as PKFZ is concerned, I must acknowledge the fact that I have been burning midnight oil for the past 6 months until wee hours normally 2-3 a.m. every day, because I need to read through the documents, especially stacks of documents related to the PKFZ. Not just the report, even before the audit report was released, I need to read the various comments on the blog or those produced by my officials. I've been hands-on. Now, what is still pending is our turnaround plan, because I promised the panel on the business turnaround plan for PKFZ that they are given extra time to look into the possibilities, all the possibilities, including some of the proposals they received. And at the same time, with the inception of the high-powered task force chaired by our Chief Secretary, I would say this is indeed very timely, and this is absolutely necessary to turn the PKFZ project around. As you know, that this is going to involve inter-department or even inter-ministry collaboration. For instance, like when we talk about the financial restructuring of the government loan, the MOF loan rather, and that certainly necessitates the involvement of the Ministry of Finance. So this is indeed timely. And on top of that, I would also like to share with you now perhaps some of my observations here, observations on the subject matter PKFZ. Now, the priorities now are to ensure that the 1.5 billion ringgit identified by the PKA Special Task Force as being the amount overcharged or fraudulently claimed by the contractors, that must be recovered. And everybody would agree that this is the people's money. It is only right for us to recover the money. And people want to see heads roll, of course. It could not be a case or a crime without perpetrators identified, and the persons responsible must be brought to book, must be brought to justice. And I remember I did answer certain points raised by the opposition leaders in the House, that MOT, my ministry MOT, cannot play the role of prosecutor, judge, and jury at the same time. Right, since we have already submitted all the findings to the MACC and the police, and then it is now our job to continue our cooperation with the entities concerned to ensure that the wrongdoings would ultimately be righted and justice must prevail. I have no regrets for my actions on PKFZ. And to me, when I recollect or reflect on some of the recent incidents now following the PKFZ, following the the PKFZ issue, I'm fully aware that the straight path is the one that is most fraught with danger. It is always full of danger. And on PKFZ itself, it is a risk that I have to take, as I'm committed to put the people's agenda first. I walk the talk, and I mean what I say. And on the very first day, when I set my foot on the PKFZ ground, last May, in fact last year, I remember early May last year, I vowed to conduct an in-depth and thorough investigation, because I strongly believe that I should be guided by conscience on the issue. And that involves, when I say that involves the people's money, and they have the right to know and the right to recover their money if it was found to have been fraudulently claimed.